wonder if they'll notice that I haven't made a video in 5 months. Wait, hasn't been 5 months. It's been like 6 months. What are you talking about, Jace? Just work on the video. But FNAF World is pretty fun. Okay, maybe I'll start the video right now. Okay. For the beginning portion of the early 2000s, there seemed to be an onslaught of life-changing devices that were hitting the mainstream at the time. Stuff like the iPad, the iPhone, the iTouch, the I want to kill myself, flat screen TVs, laptops, USB drives, things like that. And one of those items I want to specifically address, the Nintendo Wii. Not something you'd think of as a life-changing item, sure, but it was very much life-changing to me and a few thousand million other people. Now, I know that everyone watching this video knows what a Wii is, and if you don't, you're either lying or you're a baby. The Wii was truly a testament of the time that it was made in. Released initially in 2006 on November 19th, the Wii was the cheapest of the mainstream consoles to come out at this time. The Wii was $250 on release, being compared to items such as the Xbox and the PlayStation. It was one of the cheapest consoles out there at the time. Early reviews of the Wii describe it as having a sleek and simple design. This being, of course, coming from its compactedness, making it look like a Wi-Fi router. All this to say that the Wii was definitely an important part of many children's lives in the early 2000s. And one of those children being me. Hi, I'm Jace. I'm the person that runs this channel, and I love the Wii. That goes without hesitation as well. I genuinely think this is one of the best video game consoles to come out of the last 20 years. It has been almost 18 years since the Wii first released, and reflecting back on it, the Wii shop is now forever closed, and looking around online, I have some not so good news. While scrolling on Twitter one day, I got a notification that said that the Xbox 360 shop had been shut down for good. You know, all the Xbox 360 shop exclusives that can't be retrieved now. There may have been footage of these games on the Xbox shop, but for the ones that were never played, we have no way of recovering them. And in other news, my brother told me something that I thought was insane. A few weeks ago now, my brother told me about this exciting announcement that he heard, which was that GameStop would be reselling old consoles that hadn't been in stores in 10 years, 20 years, sometimes even 30 years, which is insane. It basically puts eBay out of use for anyone who still uses eBay. I use eBay. But this is also great because it gives a new generation the accessibility to play these consoles the way they were intended, not with, you know, half-baked remasters.
I'm looking at you, the definitive edition of Grand Theft Auto, the trilogy for Nintendo Switch.
But you heard the intro. I'm talking about the Wii. More specifically, how I am the best at the Wii. I'm the best Wii player. Throughout my childhood, me and my brother would play mostly Mario games. Mario Party, Mario Kart, Mario, and I was never really good at them. Mainly 2D Mario. I can still whoop someone's ass in Mario Party. And it was my brother's birthday when the Wii first released, and he told me that him and my dad tried to go out and get one, and they were sold out literally everywhere. They had to wait multiple months just to get one of them. And when he eventually did get it, he got it with Lego Indiana Jones, which I might make a whole other video about. But I am here to prove a point, that I am the best at Wii games. Like I said before, 2D Mario is in my strong suit, but one thing I am good at are chance games. Games that involve zero skill, absolutely none. That's why I have a proposition. My proposition being that I can beat anyone I choose in a Wii game. But I picked the game, and they don't know that I practice for weeks before. And because of my craving to play Wii games and to make YouTube videos, I challenged 7 people I knew to beat me in a Wii game. And none of them won. So far. And so, I nervously asked my friends and family if they wanted to play a Wii game with me. And this is how it went.
Why the fuck are you recording me?
Now, I'm going to be frank. When I first had the idea for this video, it came out completely differently. But as life events happened and ideas started to shift around, I really wanted to focus more on the technical aspects of the Wii and consoles that came out around that time. This was a big period in my life, even if I was only around for about 3 years in the early 2000s. I was so excited to show my prowess of Wii games that I even bought 7 of them, expecting 7 people to have to play with. That led to only 1 person playing with me, which will be at the end of the video. This Nintendo Switch has over 1,000 games on it. But, are there really 1,000 games that I'd want to play? Where this has almost 1,000 games I would willingly play. This has 1,000 games that I would sell a kidney to never play again. Whereas this brings me endless joy and satisfaction that I could never get anywhere else, this makes me want to throw it across the room. Consoles from the 2000s just have some charm to them. I don't know if it's just nostalgia talking or if it's just me. It's not. You can check the sales of the Nintendo Wii, DS, 3DS, even the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 2 and 3. All those sold amazingly well. But there's still some emptiness to games nowadays. I look at the PlayStation store and I realize just how much stuff on there I don't need or don't want. Whereas back in the day, when I was looking on the Xbox 360 store, I would desperately hope just to buy something. I don't know if that has something to do with the lack of income as opposed to then versus now, or if I'm just fucking lonely. Nintendo Wii has always brought me immense joy. The simple design, the simple controls, it's regarded as one of the easiest things to get into for people who have never picked up a video game before. Things like Wii Sports were made especially just to show off the simplisticness of the console. And it succeeds on that front. This Nintendo Switch, despite having thousands of games in its library, I find myself going back more to the virtual consoles. Games from the Nintendo 64, SNES, stuff like that just really captures my attention. I look back at the video game library that was available on the Nintendo DS, and I think, wow, what happened to all these things? And when I say this, I mean it with no malice or intent to harm anyone that enjoys these games. It's just something that's not for me. Nowadays, I find my joy looking back at the history of games and seeing things that I might have missed out on. The big multi-console wide release is such a staple in gaming now. It's really amazing to see that there was a time where this wasn't a thing. Multi-console wide releases were not of the norm, and most games that made a staple in the market were console exclusive games. Stuff like Super Mario 64, Halo, Resident Evil were all at one point or another console exclusive games. And there's some joy that I find in playing games that no one else would ever want to play. Do you think anyone has ever walked into a game store and left saying, "I'm so glad I bought Wheel of Fortune"? No. But overall, I do think there is some charm to focusing on little things. Stuff like the games that no one would want to buy. Stuff like original console exclusive games. Hell, Xbox has only been around 20 years or so. Its library is not as big as its competitors. So if you're seeking a new challenge in life, why don't you try collecting Xbox games? For me, the joy comes from playing these games that no one would ever want to play. But that's why it makes it such a fun experience, something wholly unique to yourself. Oh! It does at the end, okay.
You got your letters. Now you have 65 seconds to think it out.
Dear.
Say, I don't know. Well, I'm guessing.
Let's take a look at this envelope.
I fucking did it!
I was like,
Oh my god! I won a car! Holy shit! Oh my god! Let's go! $86,000! Let's go! Oh my god! Let's fucking go! Look at me! Look, there's Kanye in the audience! I'm putting that in the video.
Bye. Thanks for playing.
Let's go!
Stats for you.
Holy shit! Let's fucking...
This is so humiliating!
Hey, you're gonna be the